everyone, this is Shokora Zouheikyoku aka chocomint, and welcome back to our Let's Play of Teachers with Love and Passion. In the last playthrough, the main had a plan, I guess? I don't think it's a good plan, in my opinion, but hopefully nothing wrong will happen after that kind of risky plan over there. And let's go. It was almost time for Eric to leave work. I know it because I can see the orange sky of the late afternoon in the window. It was almost time to hear him sprout his sappy nonsense as I am sitting on this cold floor. As I am thinking about it and trying to prepare my mind for his encounter, I hear the door burst open. Scared, I look up, only to find Eric running down the stairs, almost tripping over the steps to get to me. Unable to move, I tried to pull away from him when his body dropped to his knees in front of me. "You are still here, thank God." His breathing is out of control. His pupils are trembling as much as his hands. He shouldn't be home yet, much less in this my state. Something serious happened. As I'm thinking about the answer, he crawls closer, wrapping me in his arms. My body goes rigid instantly. It's the first time he's touching me like this. The first time he shows me affection. And yet, I don't feel anything. I'm not even disgusted by it. It's almost the same as hugging the pillar behind me. Slowly he pulls away, looking into my eyes. He takes something out of his pocket. "I'm sorry, Miss Swan, but I need to do something to keep you safe." Yeah, the plan was pretty risky. What did they think? What did the Marcus? Why? Because before I can ask what is going on, he puts a gag in my mouth. I scream and thrash and do everything I can to try to stop him, but it is useless. He grunts as he forces me against the wall until he finally manages to shut me up. "Good. It's all good now. Dinner will be late tonight." He says incoherent things while biting his fingertips. I stare at him, more scared than before. Did he finally lose his mind? "So you should go to sleep, okay?" Faking a smile under insane eyes, he sprints away up the stairs. I don't know what happened at school, but something tells me he has been threatened. A person who has nothing to lose wouldn't make a terrified expression like that. If that's the case, then someone wants to find me. For a moment, my heart leaps, hopefully in my chest, but it only lasts a moment. What will happen if someone comes down here? What is Eric willing to do not to lose me? The night has come, but Eric didn't come down since that uproar he caused. It has been hours, and nothing different has happened. Now I'm sitting here with my heart hammering in my chest. On my chest? Okay, on my chest, and dark thoughts wandering in my mind. He wouldn't do this for no reason. I should pay attention to footsteps above me. As I'm thinking of a plan, I see a strange shadow coming from the window. My heart almost jumps out of my chest when I see Edgar's face behind the glass. I want to cry. I want to scream. I want to laugh nervously. In a single second, my brain and heart start working in opposite directions. "There is nothing here." All the color in my face drains away when I hear his muffled words behind the glass. Eric's desperation from earlier starts to make more sense now. That's why he ran down here to make sure I didn't vanish, and that's why he gagged me. Because now I can't scream to save myself. "Are you sure?" "Yeah, take a look." My freedom is knocking at my door, and I'm about to let it go. When it hits me that I'm going to be stuck here for the rest of my life, an abnormal energy surges through my body. Desperately, I start moving my limbs, hitting my legs on the floor like a rag doll. I scream and cry until I am out of air. But it's all in vain. It's just like Eric Plant. No one will see me in this dark corner. Feeling my last strength slipping away, I turn my eyes to the shadows around me. And I finally see the light. The chair I used to climb the window is just a few inches from me. I know it is made of metal, and I know it is going to make a loud sound when it falls. In the corner of my eye, I see Hansen moving away from the window as Edgar comes closer to check one last time. My last chance. Gathering all the strength I have left, I stretch my body until I can finally touch my feet on it. Taking a deep breath, I kick it along with a painful yell.
Lars, give me your phone.
A bright flashlight hit my face. I close my eyes, sobbing, relieved as I hear them calling my name outside.
She is here. Oh God, I can see her.
I'm saved.
Okay, here is the blonde. You help me get to the window and then make some noises down here. Try to force Eric to come out.
Okay.
I will get down in the basement and bring her out with me.
Just be careful, okay? Hearing his colleague saying such kind words nearly made Edgar drop on his steps. Of course, Lauren said it wearing the same annoyed expression he is used to seeing. However, it doesn't change the fact he is worried. It is strange to feel so happy at a time like this, but Edgar couldn't help it. Small moments like this give meaning to the family they raised in their lounge, and reinforce the reason they are here now.
Ready?
Nodding, they take their positions. Deep down, they know this may be a trap, but it will be worth it now they know she is there. And besides, they have each other to watch over their backs if something goes wrong. They need to try for her. Waiting for salvation, I stare at the door, counting the seconds silently. Eric is somewhere up there, and I don't know if his mind is in the right place. He wasn't afraid of kidnapping me in the middle of the city. Why would he be afraid of doing worse to Edgar and Hansen in his own house? Suddenly, I hear the door open, and I'm glad I'm already sitting on the floor. Otherwise, I would have fallen to my knees. My heart bursts in my chest when I see the red beard I love so much appearing and coming out in the light. It's a mixture of relief, hope, love, and so many other things that I don't know how to describe it. Edgar comes down, running the stairs, not minding the sound. His eyes are filled with tears and fear when he finally reaches me, releasing the gag in my mouth. You came. You really came for me. Sobbing, I tried to show a smile that doesn't look so weird under my ugly crying. He smiles back, touching my face, holding back his own tears.
I'm so sorry we took so long. I didn't know what to do. I'm so sorry.
Harshly, he wraps his arms around me, pulling me into a warm hug. Feeling his body, his scent, and the safety I have been longing for makes it hard for me to breathe. This is what love feels like.
Don't worry, we are going to take you out of here.
Forcing his body to move away, he talks between gasps for air as he unties my hands. Once I'm released, I feel my arms burning in pain. It's hard to move, but Edgar helps me all the time.
Can you walk?
Yeah, I just need a minute. I have been in this position for too long.
It's okay.
No effing way. A voice loud as a roar draws our attention upwards. My whole body shakes when I see that insane gaze closing in on me again. You! Why did it have to be you?
It could only be me.
In an attempt not to show his concern, Edgar smiles, putting himself in front of me.
And you better not try anything funny. The cops are coming already.
I don't know if Edgar said that to scare him or if it was true, but either way, his words hit Eric just right. He comes down the stairs slowly, like a threatened animal. It's unsettling, disturbing to mention the least. However, it gets worse when his eyes find me. Miss Fine, do you really want to go with him? He left you here all this time, and now he appears to play the hero. You know he is going to throw you out later. That's what useless men like him do. Shut the F up. An angry scream burst from my throat. It was so unexpected that I managed to scare Edgar. I know I shouldn't pay any attention to him, and I should just wait for help. I know that, but if I don't do it, if I don't say anything now, I don't think I will get rid of his ghost in my mind. Not again. I'm tired of hearing your voice. I'm tired of your lies. I'm tired of you. Miss Fun this, Miss Fun that. I'm sick of it. You are pathetic, and you only want to ruin my life because yours is a mess. My lungs inflate with all resentment I breathe. Anger overflows my voice to the point my words barely made it past my throat. I am on fire, and I'm burning down all the horror pictures inbred in my brain. Yet, Eric doesn't say anything. He just stares at me like I'm a nonsense here. Taking a step back, I give my heart time to slow its beating and my body to cool down the flames. You have spent 7 years walking my shadows like a parasite, and I never noticed you. And do you know why? Because you mean nothing to me. And you never will. From all the things, this is what I needed to hear myself saying most. Just to reinforce that what happened here will never be a reason for me to remember him. When I remember my ex now, I'll think of the good things we had together because that's who he has always been. When I remember the pain I went through trapped in this place, I'll think about how much I fought not to give up. I'll think of Edgar, Hansen, Christy, everyone. But him. This is a promise I made to myself. For a long moment, Eric says nothing. I didn't want to hear anything from him either. However, it is bizarre to see someone so violent just standing there, staring at me. Suddenly, he looks to the side, showing a weird smirk. None of us dares to breathe. Then, out of nowhere, he moves his left hand up, holding a kitchen knife from behind his back. Yeah, I expected something like that. Oh dear.
Hey,
Why are you talking to me like that? After all I did for us. That's fine, I'm not a loser. I just love you too much. The blade glistens in the moonlight near his neck. I barely blink. That was one of the things I thought would happen if someone came for me. Maybe my love wasn't enough for you. But maybe this will be. Edgar and I take a step forward, thinking he will kill himself. But we stop when we see him aiming it at me. You are mine! I put my arm in front of my face to protect myself, but nothing happens. When I pull it down, I see Edgar sheltering me with a pained expression. My bones tremble under my flesh. The air doesn't reach my lungs. Edgar is bending over me with eyes half open and a nice tub appearing below his shoulder. It.
Stabbing me in the back, boy? Really?
Edgar crumbles, still trying to laugh at the situation. However, it is not enough to stop the pain from happening. I am hyperventilating again. The worst outcome appears behind my teary eyes. I've spent days in this hellhole, and yet, not a moment here has hurt me as much as seeing his blood staining his white shirt. I did it. I stopped him. Yeah, you're going straight to jail. I stopped someone for real. Okay. In the background, I hear Eric's high-pitched voice muttering words over and over. He's in shock just as I am, but for different reasons. Noticing it, Edgar touches my face gently. His warm skin is enough to call me back to reality.
Hey girl, don't lose it now. I thought we would be fine.
But you are bleeding. The words come shaking out on my lips. I barely can keep my hands still, close to my chest. Edgar looks over his shoulder and carefully reaches for the knife.
Honestly, I have felt worse.
Biting his teeth, he pulls it out along with a muffled moan.
But I bet he didn't.
His voice tone rises at the same speed as he turns to face the young man behind us. Eric automatically turns to us. The reason for his panic changes once again. He knows he is not joking when he sees Edgar throwing the bloody knife on the floor and walking toward him. Cowardly, the young man steps back, shaking his hands like a scared child. Don't come near! Nice. Nice. Without warning, Edgar punches him in the face so hard that Eric knocks out instantly. I should have stopped Edgar, but I couldn't. First, I'm still trying to keep my emotions under control, and second, Eric didn't think twice when he pointed a knife at me. He didn't hold back to fight me and drag me around all this time. Why should I hold back now? Taking a deep breath, Edgar looks down at the limp body drop on the cold floor. How dare you? How dare you point a knife at her? How dare you say you love her when you hurt her? You freak! He screams with all his might. His voice vibrates inside my chest. It's a mixture of anger and frustration that runs through him. I know because I feel the same. That's what Eric offers people. Reasons to awaken the worst that lives inside of us. Out of breath and dizzy from losing so much blood, Edgar's body struggles back. Quickly, I run to him, reaching his back just in time before he lost balance. Slowly, I help him lay down. His shirt is wet, and his eyes are fighting to stay open. Looking closer and more lucid now, I can see how deep his wound is. Edgar needs me more than anything. I can't lose my mind right now. Think, Hanna, what do we do at a moment like this? The pressure. I need to apply pressure, but first I need to stop it.
Hey,
Yes, what is it?
are you an angel?
Edgar, shut up. You are losing too much blood.
Hey, are you worried about me?
What kind of question is that? Suddenly I realize what is going on. My hands are covered in blood. Edgar is on the floor, and a knife is lying beside me. I have been fighting so much against my feelings and the situation that I forgot I'm living in this moment.
Hey, why are you crying?
I hadn't even noticed the tears leaving dark spots on my face. I hadn't even noticed the time passing.
Don't cry, darling. I like it better when you are smiling.
Gently, with almost no strength, he caresses my face, trying to wipe away the tears tracing down my cheeks. The word death sounds much more terrifying now. Afraid of all the pain, I tightened my hands on his shirt. I don't want you to die. For the first time, Edgar doesn't have something to say back. Tears run down my face faster than I can control. The gentle smile on his lips fades away. Suddenly, he takes my hand in his. A sudden expression rests in his eyes.
I'm sorry for running away before.
Oh, So this is kind of like an extension of Edgar's bad ending, kind of. I think. Sounds like that. His fingers tighten around mine. He has been playing tough, but he is scared too.
I also don't want to die. Not now that I realize how much I care about you.
The loud noise of the door opening almost makes my heart stop. When I look up, I see two astonished faces looking down at us.
What?
Please help him! I scream for help before I can even recognize their faces. Thankfully, they don't question me. Instead, they just run down the steps as fast as thunder. Once they are closer, I notice their familiar eyes from Ray and Hansen staring at me and putting my heart at ease. Hesitantly, I let go of Edgar's hand, leaving him on the floor for Ray to examine. Taking a few wobbling steps back, I collide with Hansen's chest. He quickly crossed my arms to keep me from falling, taking a chance to look at my face. Are you bleeding too? No, I'm fine. Eric tried to stop me, but Edgar saved me. As soon as he hears the explanation, they both look to the side, finding Eric's body still lying in the corner. Did you kill him?
What? No, I just punched him. Too hard.
Okay, yes, very hard. What a shame.
What do you mean, what a shame? You mean it's a shame that he's haven't died yet? Mr. Hansen? Lois?
Edgar, stop moving. I am trying to save you here.
Oh, sorry.
Lars, I think it's better if you wait outside with Hanna. What? No, I'm not leaving Edgar.
Edgar.
Edgar's soft, almost breaking voice draws my gaze down. Quickly, I crouch beside him. What?
Listen to the doctor. He knows what he is doing.
But...
I will be fine. After all, I didn't come here to save you just to die before asking you out.
Ooh.
So wait for me a little more, okay?
Okay. I want to argue because I don't want to be away from him anymore. But what else am I going to do here? I know I'll end up nervous and getting in rage feed. Slumping my shoulders, I nod in defeat.
Thank you.
Good. Let me just tie Eric before we go. Good idea. Saying bye and seeing their smile one last time, Lawrence and I walk up the stairs. After spending 5 days inside a torture chamber, it's hard to look at the streets again. I am nauseous with so much air and scared, with so many feelings rushing through me. It still didn't hit me that I am standing outside and free from all the pain. I still don't understand I am free from years of guilty and self-isolation. Searching for clues on what to do, I look down myself, finding my whole body shaking. The adrenaline from earlier is finally leaving my body. Now, the frightened feelings are starting to come to the surface. Fine. Yes? I look up just in time to see him bending over me and wrapping me in his arms. I don't react. I don't understand what I am feeling. It's okay. You have been through enough. He whispers in my ear in a sad voice that strikes right into my wounds. Now you can rely on me and just rest. Hanson's grip tightens around me. He wants me to know I'm safe. I am here, and I am with him. I have been hiding my emotions from others' eyes every time something bad happened to me. I have locked my heart because I didn't want to share the pain, but now I don't need to do it anymore. Yes, you don't have to do it anymore. Desperate for comfort, I hug him back, digging my nails into his back. The walls I put around me during those days finally crashed down, exposing the pain that lives alone inside. Tears stream down my face as I hear the police cars approaching the house. My hands tighten around his clothes, trying to get away from the pain in my chest. At this moment, I feel Hanson's arm slowly letting go at me. For a moment, I thought he was trying to give me room to breathe. But soon, I realized that he wanted to show me something. And that's when I heard a voice calling my name in the background. Desperate to see her face, I turned around, gasping for air. There I saw Christy, the blonde, ever so tough girl now looked like a different person. A scared face, messy hair, and an unstoppable wish to cross the world just to get close to me. My heart beats in my throat. My hands let go of Hanson's shirt, not even noticing the reassuring smile on his face. Ignoring the tears and redness on my face, I run in her direction. Our bodies collide in a tight, safe embrace. Here I find myself at home. I knew you wouldn't give up on me. I never did, and I never will. My girl, she came and saved me once again. Now I know for sure, this nightmare is over. Once the storm is over, Thomas forced me to stay home for the next few weeks to recover from the shock. He wanted me to feel better and safe before taking the risk of going back to my normal life. It was a little hard to accept his decision at first, because I didn't want to give myself time to think about it all. I wanted to go back to my normal life like nothing ever happened. But I couldn't do that, right? So I tried to do this. I stayed home for almost 1 month. But it wasn't like the last time when I forced myself to shut the world out because I was afraid to trust anyone. This time I left all my windows open. I went out for walking, and I gave myself time. Oh, but I also didn't do it all on my own. The teachers are always sending me messages and calling at random times just to check on me. Sometimes we spend hours talking, and sometimes we just send each other a stupid selfie. Aww. Talking about stupid decisions, Edgar ended up in the hospital after what happened in the basement. The wound was deep as I expected. However, thanks to Ray's first aid that night, Edgar was out of danger when help arrived. Now he is already resting at home, feeling better, and sending me stupid texts every morning. Aside from all the boys' attempts to make my day better, Christy was also around me every day and every night, just like she always does. Again, she helped me hold my head high and not be afraid to cry when it hurts too much to think. Of course, I'm still scared and my mind is confused. After all the things I heard in that room, I couldn't stop imagining how different it would have been if I knew about Eric at that time. It eats me from inside to think about all the things I didn't know about my own life. Talking about it, Eric ended up in jail, and he is going to spend a long time there. Of course, obviously he's going to jail. First kidnapping and second stabbing someone. That's not a good thing. It won't change what happened in my life, but it will ensure it won't happen again. I think it will take some time for me to heal again, but I will get a hold of it. I know that because now I'm not afraid to feel my own feelings. I know that because I learned to trust and to be better. And I know that because now I am not alone anymore. And whatever happens next, I know I have a family here that will always love and protect me. Hey guys, I'm back. Aww. Nice. Oh. Now that Hanna is finally back, there's one thing I want to ask you, Christy. What? How do you know she was missing and she wasn't just taking a break? When Thomas and I broke into her house, the first thing I did was search for a book. And it wasn't there. That's when I knew she wanted me to save her. I don't get it. Because it's a girlfriend's things, Marcus. Ooh, it's a bit different. Ooh! Oh, that's so cute! Sharing hobbies. Nice, I love it. Oh, the wand is so pretty too, wowie. So, are you telling me that this magical girl of yours used this wand to defend the world? Yes, and the power of love and friendship. I see. This wand may look simple, but it is actually powerful. Enough to bring an army of zombies down. Is that why you brought it with you that night we were watching Miss Bond's house? Oh, ooh! Oh my. That's cute.
Okay, hear me out. From now on, I'm taking Miss Bond home.
Don't play Romeo now, Edgar. You are still recovering.
Oh, shut up. This is just a scratch.
Yeah, sure, I see a bandaged arm there. He is right, Ed. Yeah, do as the doctor says and leave Hanna to me. Oh my. What? Oh my. Stop this nonsense. None of you will do that while I am here. Girl, I wanted you to find a boyfriend, but you went ahead and got yourself all of them? Oh my. Yeah, this smells like a harem. Like the last time I taught.
I don't mind sharing, but it doesn't mean I will stop trying to get her all to myself.
Get in line. This place is insufferable again. Wait, seriously? I'm not sure if that's a joke or if that's serious. Oh. What a view, Christy. Hanna, what are you doing standing there? Come here already. Ooh. This family is only complete when we are together. Ooh, that's so nice. Everyone says here. Woo! Family is magic. Usually we have their friendship is magic, but this is like Well, actually, it works too. Friendship is magic. So this one is more of, it's kind of haremish, I guess, but it's also kind of like affectionate and bonding between the people, like Hannah finding her family in herself and kind of solve what happened in her past and get rid of her demons. So this should be kind of like Hannah's route. So kind of like true ending, maybe? I feels more of a true ending. Ooh, thank you for playing and thank you for creating the game. I have seen this one before, yes. Ooh, and that should be the last episode for our playthrough of Teachers with Love and Passion. We've finished the secret ending or secret round, in which I feel like it's more of a true ending route, in which we learned about Hannah's past, what has happened, the truth of what has happened. Hannah's being traumatized and kidnapped and bad things happening, but in the end we got a good ending that we wanted. Well, I wanted. Eric got into jail, yes, and everyone lived happily ever after. So that should be it for the game. It was our story, it was our experience, and a lot of gameplay time actually. Because I didn't record the bad endings and stuff like that, so extra time was saved. So this game is really long. I don't know, like 10 hours? No, maybe? Or less. Well, maybe not 10 hours, but it's long. And maybe it's just my reading speed, but it takes a while for the routes to be finished and everything. Even if you skip through the scenes that you have seen before, so maybe 10 hours? If you like try everything, that is, if you just wanted some kind of routes or something, it shouldn't take that long, but it's a quality game. A lot of CGs, a lot of stories here, and after what happened, I still stand by my love for Race Sprout, and still race to the one for me. Woo! I'm sorry, Mr. Hansen. Your ranking in my heart has decreased. Still very, very cool though. Mr. Hansen is still very cool. And though my favorite ending should be obviously the secret route, the potential true end route, because I guess that route is something that makes Hannah most not really exactly happy, but kind of free from her past. So expositions, she finds out the truth and everything, and potential hint nudge nudge harem. So it's fine. What my favorite to play in the game is a lot of CGs, really nice, and their interactions between the characters. Of course, I love the interactions and the spice. Maybe a lot more on the spice on some routes. Despite being romance between adults, it's not like teenagers or like young adults or something. Everyone is like 30, 40 something. It still remains very cute and somehow pretty innocent in himself. So that's very cute. I like it. Yeah. Anyway, that should be it for our playthrough of Teachers with Love and Passion. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next playthrough of a new series. Bye bye.